Hello everyone, it's Peter with GoodyReader.com, and on the left we have the Likebook Mars by Boyu. This is the latest and greatest octa-core processor versus the Amazon Kindle Oasis 2 second generation. If you want to see 360s and everything, check out the individual videos, but let's just dive right into the home screen. These both have respective home screens. You can see you have home, books, app. This is running Android, so that puts it in a huge advantage over the Oasis 2. Also, it's running octa-core processor, so it's significantly faster. How does that stack up in the real world? We'll check it out. You have some stuff up top, software-driven refresh. You have back. You have A2 mode, which speeds everything up, and then you have the top drop down here, which you can switch between notifications if anything pops up on your Facebook feed and whatnot, or you have brightness, volume, your Bluetooth, your light. We'll get into the glow lights later, and yeah, of course, your books and your app sections. On the Kindle, this has never been Android. It's completely, they've never had apps or anything like that. You have your home, your back, your settings menu. We're not going to go through all the settings, but you do have a drop down similar to the Likebook Mars. You have your light, auto brightness. This does have a auto brightness sensor, and you have an extra button here for a bunch of stuff. We're not going to go through every one of these. It's simply impossible. We're going to do more one-on-one tests between these two. This retails for about $340 Canadian. This is about $430 Canadian. So this is about $100 more, and it's 2 years old at this point. So the reading experience, these are different size screens, as you can see, and they display text in very different ways. The Kindle here, we'll start here. This is really cool. If you click on the settings, traditionally they had an Amazon bold, Amber bold and everything like that, that was designated text font, but now they have a bold setting, so you can actually just make any font bolder. They don't have a whole lot of options here. They do have spacing, margins, orientation, alignment, and some reading settings that allows you to do location and book and whatnot. Clicking the center on the Boyu, you have a couple font settings here, and as you can see, you'll have to load in your own fonts because we only have system default, Arial, and 2 Chinese fonts, probably a simplified and a traditional. You have everything changes live when you click all the size differences, especially on the Kindle as well. They've really nailed that down years ago. You have typeset, you have contrast, so you can oh yeah, we should mention this. This just came to me. If you find a picture, this is the only e-reader to date that actually allows you to do this. If you click on the contrast, you can not only change the heaviness of a word, but it isolates the pictures, and you can actually change the picture's contrast separate from that of the word. And this being octa-core processing, there is absolutely no problem with speed. This thing is lightning fast. They both do a lot of they both do page turns very quickly. They both have long presses. You have a basic interpretation, which is basically a translation. You have copy, underline, annotation, dictionary. Something that kind of sets the Kindle aside is the fact that it has translation, and translation's really cool because you can basically change any book and any amount of text, like so. Translation into any language you see on this drop-down menu. That is amazing because it works on PDFs as well. So no longer are there huge barriers, because you could change a Japanese PDF to Dutch if you want, and that's crazy just by long pressing. The long presses on here are very quick as well, and they both have Wikipedia and annotations and certain social media platforms. Because the Amazon is proprietary, it also has X-ray, which the Boyu does not have. It has this feature basically gives you people, terms, images, and lets you know how many times they're mentioned in the book and throughout the book. So if I type on Furman, he'll be mentioned X amount of times. I can click on the little timeline here, zip ahead, click on that, and I go right to the section to where he is mentioned. Amazon has always had trouble with PDF files. Up until the Kindle Paperwhite 2, PDFs wouldn't even really run on their devices. They would crash, they would say insufficient RAM, they would close, and then it was just awful. Now it is much better. It's very quick, very snappy, although the Oasis does have a little bit of a delay with the touch panel when it comes to... See, I swiped it there, it didn't... It took 2 seconds, there we go. So longer than what it took me to say that. So yeah, there's a little bit of a delay. It did it again. So even though it's a corrected feature, they have still some things to work out. The Boyu, I keep wanting to say something else. The Boyu Mars is very snappy, and you can actually go a step further and turn on A2 mode, in which case it's just lightning quick at that point. Everything just bang, 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 bang. You can even tap the sides, and then they just fly by. So octa-core processor in conjunction with A2 mode is just lightning. Pinch and zooms are also very nice. The Kindle even gives you a mini map on the top, so that's kind of cool. Pinch and zooms as well work on the Onyx. If you want to get rid of that kind of fuzziness, all you have to do is turn A2 mode on, and then once you do, it's very smooth and very quick. If we tap in the center, we have some text augmentation. Sorry, not the center on the Amazon. You have to tap at the top. Once you do, you have display settings, so you can change the level of contrast, margins, orientation. That is it. That's all you can do on there. The Mars has shallowest, shallower, deeper, deepest for contrast. So instead of a bar, they have that. And they have something really weird. It's called watermarks. Once you click it, it basically gets rid of the black. So if you restore the watermark, it gets rid of a lot of the darker tones and lets you see it more clearly, but it's kind of washed out. So it's a weird feature, to say the least. You also have some settings here where you can do page turn settings, refresh rate. You can say never refresh, refresh every page, and so forth. So PDF experience is about the same on both of these. They both have their quirks. Your eyes are not deceiving you. This is the same shot. The Mars is a little more stone white, more on the blue side. The Oasis 2, almost 2 years old now at this point, is more peach, I guess you could call it. It has more reds in it. You can change the lighting as such, as well as the Mars, so they both have good levels of lighting. But for some reason, the Amazon still refused to have any sort of, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, different LED colors, basically. So as you see here, if we manage to tap this, you have day and night mode, and night mode will be very orange, utilizing the orange LEDs at the bottom, and night mode, you'll be using the white LEDs. So a lot of people have incorporated this, calling it, you know, soft lighting, candle lighting, comfort lighting, all trademarked and everything. Yeah, Amazon still has not kind of caught up with the trend and done that, but in terms of the light distribution, you will see corner to corner. I mean, it used to be an issue back in 2015 with light distribution, but everyone's kind of got it down to a T now. Unfortunately, there's not too many other parallels we can draw between these two devices. This being non-Android, this being full open Android. I'm allowed to put apps and put games, and I can even put, galleries and Facebook and social media platforms and everything I want on here. But on the Kindle, you're very locked down. You can only really deal with Amazon and drag and drop books from your PC, but it has to be Mobi format. So it's very restrictive, but it is refined and it's tried and tested, and there's a reason why Amazon is #1, and this just shows you. So for a comparison between the Likebook Mars by Boyu and the Amazon Kindle Oasis 2, this is Peter.